So a very good morning to my students. I am Dr. Prithviraj HS, working as Assistant Professor of Botany at Sri Madheshwara Government First Aid College, Kollega, Chamaranagar district. So today I have come with a topic of taxonomy. So in that I'll be dealing with the Bentham and Hooker system of classification. And in this class we will try to know the features of Bentham and Hooker system of classification, the merits and demerits of their classification. Well, these two people have put forth an important system of classification of flowering plants, and George Bentham, he developed many monographs on families like Ericaceae, Labiatae, etc. Whereas Joseph Hooker was the director of Kew Botanical Garden, and he has published Flora of British India in 7 volumes, and both have contributed in a very good system of classification, which is also called as a natural system of classification, because they took into account the natural affinities among the plants. Well, this system of classification was presented in a 3-volumed book called Genera Plantarum, and George Bentham was a self-trained botanist, whereas Hooker was a director of Botanical Garden and he was mainly a plant explorer. So both provided a classification which deals with the seed and flowering plants. Well, they described 202 families and 97,205 seed plants, and they divided seed plants or phanerogams into 3 categories, and these were the dicotyledons, monocotyledons and gymnosperms. And this is how the scheme of their classification looks. They divided plant kingdom into cryptogamia and phanerogamia. Cryptogamia included the seed lacking plants, whereas the phanerogamia included seed bearing plants. And these seed bearing phanerogams were further divided into angiosperms and gymnosperms. The angiosperms were subsequently divided into monocotyledons and dicotyledons, and dicotyledons were divided into 3 subclasses: polypetalae, gammopetalae, monoclamidae. And polypetalae refers to free petals, gammopetalae refers to the fused petals, and monoclamidae included the unisexual flowers. And they were again further subdivided into series and cohorts. This is again a chart showing their system of classification, and here you can see only the dicots and monocots and their grouping. So the dicots were divided into polypetalae, gammopetalae and monoclamidae. Polypetalae has 3 series, gammopetalae also has 3 series, monoclamidae has 8 series, and monocotyledon has 7 series. Well, this is again the dicot, their grouping into polypetalae, gammopetalae and monoclamidae. As I said in the previous slides, polypetalae includes only 3 series, and they are Thalamiflorae, Disciflorae and Caliciflorae. Gammopetalae also has 3 series called Inferae, Heteromerae and Bicarpellate. The Monoclamidae had 8 series as Curvembriae, Multiovulate, Aquaticae, Microembriae, Daphneals, Achlamydospore, Unisexuals, and Ordines Anomali. And gymnosperms were classified into 3 families: Nitaceae, Coniferae, and Cycadaceae. And monocots were divided into 7 series, which starts from Microspermae and it ends in Glumaceae. So coming to the merits of Bentham and Hooker system of classification, the description of families and genera was very accurate. The system is very handy for the identification purposes. The system is of great practical convenience. The British and Commonwealth Herbaria has still adopted this system of classification, and each family had a synopsis at the beginning which is very useful in the identification. The system starts from Ranels, which is considered to be the most primitive among the angiosperms, and it is universally accepted. Larger genera subdivided into subgenera and sections. They believed in evolution through reduction and hence placed monocots after dicots. Even in dicots, the Diclamidius polypetalae and Gamopetalae were placed before the uniseriate Monoclamidae. The Gamopetalae placed after polypetalae is also justified, since the union of petals is considered to be an advanced feature. Bentham and Hooker distinguished a new series of Disciflorae, which includes orders which cannot be placed either in Thalamiflorae or Caliciflorae. The 3 series Thalamiflorae, Disciflorae, and Caliciflorae show gradual evolutionary advance from marked hypogyny to epigyny, and treating Cucurbidaceae and Umbelliferae at the end of polypetalae was also justified. The creation of Monoclamidae at the end of dicot is justified. Disputed families were included under Ordines Anomali. And the placing of unisexual monocot families after bisexual families was also justified. The series Glumaceae with extremely reduced flowers and inflorescences were placed at the end of the flowering plant is a merit again. The system was never conceived by its authors on the basis of phylogeny. The theory of organic evolution was announced independently by Darwin and Wallace in 1859. So any criticism of the system on the basis of phylogeny is not too justified. So demerits of Bentham and Hooker system of classification. The system does not give any idea as to the evolutionary history of any genus, family, or order. In this system of grouping of plants, it is mainly based on the single and artificial characters, with the result that the closely allied families are placed widely apart. The group Monoclamidae is entirely an artificial grouping, and Gymnospermae is placed between dicots and monocots was also a demerit in their system of classification. And the system does not show any phylogenetic relationship. The main demerit is that this system does not give us any idea as to the evolutionary history of any genus, family, or order, nor does it give any idea of phylogenetic relationship between them. Compositae is an highly advanced family, and it was placed in Inferae at the beginning rather than placing them at the end of the classification. So advanced families like Orchidaceae and Cetaminae are treated in the beginning itself in the monocots. Liliaceae and Amaryllidaceae, though they were closely related, but they were kept apart in their system of classification, which again is a demerit. So the Amaryllidaceae is more allied to Liliaceae but is clubbed with Cetaminae in series Epigynae on account of inferior gynoecium. The position of series Apocarpae is unsatisfactory due to its free and superior carpels. So this is the comparative slide showing the comparison between Bentham and Hooker and Engler and Prandtl system of classification. Well, you can just make out the differences between these two system of classification, and both the system of classification of flowering plants are followed widely in most of the universities, and therefore this comparative statement has been given mainly to see the differences in these two system of classification. So in the examination, the question can appear as merits and demerits of Bentham-Mandukar system of classification, or salient features of Bentham-Mandukar system of classification. So I want my students to go through these PPTs so that they can answer at the time of examination. I wish them all the very best in the coming examination. So I thank my students of first year to who have given time for this class and for that patient hearing of this class. So thank you one and all.